So you keep saying, I want to move to Europe, but you have no idea where to start. Maybe you think it's all red tape, visas, and impossible paperwork. Well, what if we told you that moving to Europe is way more doable than you think, and that there are actually easy legal ways to make it happen?
Whether you're dreaming of sipping espresso in Italy, cycling through the Netherlands, or working remotely from a beach in Portugal, we're breaking down the easiest ways to move to Europe, without the confusing immigration jargon. So, if Move to Europe has been sitting at the top of your vision board or search history, hit that like button and stay tuned. This might just be your first step to a new life abroad. Let's dive straight into starting with one of the most powerful tools in the EU relocation toolbox, the Blue Card.
The European Blue Card is basically the Europeans' version of the US Green Card, but with better cheese, healthcare and public transportation. The EU Blue Card is Europe's way of saying, we like your skills, so come stay a while.
So why is it considered the golden ticket to Europe? Well, the visa is valid across most EU countries, except Denmark and Ireland. You can bring your family with you who are allowed to work too, and in some cases you can get permanent stay in as little as 33 months, or even 21 months with language proficiency.
So who can get one? It's not for everybody. You need to have a degree, get a job offer in a qualified field and a salary that meets the magic number. Countries such as Germany, Netherlands, France, Spain and Poland are particularly welcoming high-skilled professionals with open arms.
If the super organized Germany is attractive to you, you must be able to land a job with the minimum salary of 45,300 euros per year or 41,000 in shortage occupations such as software developers, engineers, doctors and scientists.
The requirements for the Netherlands and France are somewhat similar, but their minimum income requirement is pretty steep, 70,000 euros for the Netherlands and 53,800 for France. Since the Netherlands is English-speaking friendly, even in the workplace, it might still be doable to land a good job without speaking a word of Dutch. High demand sectors are IT, logistics, engineering, AI and renewable energy. In the case of France, they prefer those with a degree in aerospace, tech, finance, fashion and pharmaceuticals.
If those numbers made you sweat a little, consider Spain or Poland, where the salary thresholds are much lower. In Spain, the minimum salary is 33,900 a year, making the chances higher for recent grads and young professionals. Healthcare, engineering, education and IT are particularly high in demand. As for Poland, this country is one to watch. Their economy is growing fast and they're actively welcoming skilled workers. The income bar is lower than the other Western countries and they're on the hunt for IT pros, engineers and manufacturing experts.
If the EU Blue Card is not an option for you, don't worry. There's another route, the good old work visa. Each European country has its own version of the work visa with its own rules. The most important rule is that you'll need a job offer first, but the requirements such as salary and qualifications are more flexible compared to the EU Blue Card. Tech, engineering and healthcare are almost always the top fields across Europe. If you're in those sectors, you've got options, lots of them.
Germany even wants to give you a helping hand with its job seeker visa, which allows you to find a job in Germany for 6 months. Way better than sending out resumes from the other side of the planet. In Poland, the national work visa, type D, is relatively easy to get, especially for jobs in construction, manufacturing, logistics and IT. Salaries may not be sky high, but competition is lower than in Western Europe.
Finland is welcoming software developers, engineers and nurses and elder care workers. Skilled traders are also welcome. The plus side of Finland is its strong social support system, great work-life balance and is considered one of the happiest countries in the world. And a country that you wouldn't immediately think of is the Czech Republic. Prague is an affordable city to live in with strong expat community. Jobs in IT and tech support, production line workers, engineers and finance professionals are open for interviews.
Prefer more sun? Portugal's work and tech visa could be your ticket, especially for web developers, digital marketeers, hospitality staff and language teachers. Spain is in the same boat, especially looking for healthcare workers. So, if your Spanish or Portuguese is rusty, time to hit the language apps.
Next, the student visa. Okay, you might not immediately think about hitting the books so you can move to Europe, but hear us out. Student visas are a sneaky, smart way to move to Europe. Not only do you get a degree, but you get a foothold for future residency. So we're not skipping this option.
After graduation, several EU countries are happy to keep you around and possibly even upgrade you to a blue card if you land a qualifying job. They even are willing to help you with the last part too. For instance, in Germany, once you finish your degree, they'll give you 18 months to find a job. Their neighbor, the Netherlands, offers the delightful orientation year visa, a full 12 months to find a job after you graduate. Similar for France and Spain, who will also give graduates 12 months for job hunting with the possibility to get a European blue card.
So student visas in EU don't just lead to degrees, they can also lead to residency and a career, especially when paired with the EU blue card. Just make sure you choose a country and university that fits your goals.
Dreaming of answering Slack messages from a sunny cafe in Lisbon or a seaside Airbnb in Croatia? Good news, Europe wants you and your laptop. Several EU countries offer digital nomad visas, which let remote workers legally live and work in Europe, for a set period of time, of course. European countries welcoming digital nomads are, for instance, Portugal, Croatia, Estonia, Italy, Hungary, Spain, Malta and Cyprus.
Most of these visas are good for 1 year and many can be renewed, meaning you could potentially stay for up to 5 years. And after that, you might even be able to apply for permanent residency, such as in Portugal. Costs and requirements vary a lot per country. For instance, application fees range from €60 in Croatia to over €200 elsewhere. Income requirements also range from totally doable to better ask for a raise. In Italy, it's €28,000. Other countries such as Greece require €42,000 a year and Estonia even €54,000 a year.
Important note though, you can only work for foreign clients or companies. No local jobs allowed. But hey, once you have the digital nomad visa in your pocket, you in most cases get access to the Schengen area. Meaning weekend getaways to Paris, Berlin or Prague are a real possibility. No visa runs required.
Got a brilliant business idea? Good news, several European countries are rolling out the red carpet for entrepreneurs and startup founders with dedicated visas for those brave enough to launch a business abroad. Countries like the Netherlands, Ireland, Portugal, Estonia, France, Germany, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Denmark and Spain all offer startup or entrepreneur visas, each with its own perks, quirks and fine print of course.
So, what's the catch? There is a specific time frame in which you have to show that your business is actually making money. For instance, in the Netherlands, you have 1 year to kick things off. Luckily, obtaining the Dutch startup visa is a pretty straightforward and structured process. And the Netherlands is known as a country with a startup-friendly ecosystem. So, there are options to succeed. Ireland is focusing on bigger startups with a 2-year STEP program visa, which requires an initial funding of €50,000. You would need to have the potential to create 10 jobs in Ireland and generate 1 million in sales within 3 to 4 years.
If that is a bit daunting for you, check out the Portugal D2 visa, a 2-year visa and renewable for 3 years. This visa is interesting for those who want to open a business in Portugal or already have a business in their country and would like to open a branch in Portugal. There's no minimum investment required. But interesting enough, it is also for the self-employed, such as freelancers and digital nomads, that can prove that they offer services relevant to the country. Denmark has something similar with its 2-year startup visa, with the option to extend in 3 years. Estonia also offers great opportunities. It's considered one of the easiest and most digital-friendly options. If your idea is innovative and scalable, you're in.
If your life's work involves paintbrushes, poetry, pirouettes or performance art no one understands but fully appreciates, Europe might just have the perfect visa for you. Several EU countries offer artistic or cultural visas so you can legally live, work and create in some of the world's most inspiring settings. And yes, get paid in euros for doing it.
Here is where your creative genius is welcome. France, home of baguettes, barrettes and the profession artistique et culturelle visa. It's valid for 1 year and renewable, ideal for artists, writers and performers, and only requires a modest income and a 99 euros fee.
As for Germany, especially in Berlin, the freelance Freiberufler visa is a hit with musicians, designers and visual artists. It offers 1 to 3 years of legal stay, costs around 100 euros and requires proof of income or future gigs. The Spain self-employed work visa covers cultural workers and artists, lasts 1 year and costs 80 to 100 euros. You'll need a business plan and proof of funds, but you'll also get tapas, sunshine and street art inspiration at every turn.
Italy is a bit more dramatic, of course. They offer the elective residency visa and some freelance options. It's bureaucracy heavy but allows longer stays and costs around 116 euros. You'll need to prove 31,000 euros a year in income because even Renaissance vibes come with receipts.
Known for tulips, canals and a thriving creative scene, the Netherlands has a residency permit for self-employed individuals, which includes artists, writers and cultural workers. Approval hinges on a points-based system that looks at your experience, income potential and added value to Dutch culture. The cost? Around 350 euros. The bonus? You'll be living in one of Europe's most forward-thinking, art-loving societies. Plus, they speak excellent English.
These visas usually require portfolio, work contracts, or some proof that you're not just finding yourself in Europe, though no judgment if you are.
Got a grandma from Galway? A great-grandpa who used to roll pasta in Parma? Congrats, you might be passport worthy. Ireland rolls out the green carpet for anyone with at least one Irish parent or grandparent. If Granny was from Galway, you're already halfway to becoming a citizen. Italy has one of the most generous programs. Thanks to Jure Sanguinis, meaning right of blood. If your grandpa was Italian and the citizenship line was never broken, presto, you might be eligible too. Just be prepared for some paperwork that would make a Vatican archivist sweat.
Spain and Portugal are also in the game. Both welcome descendants of Spanish or Portuguese citizens, mainly parents or grandparents, with Portugal sometimes requiring you to prove a connection to the broader Portuguese community. Meanwhile, Germany and Austria have more specific programs. They offer a path to citizenship for descendants of those who lost theirs due to Nazi prosecution during World War II. No matter the country, expect to dive deep into your family history. You'll likely need birth certificates, marriage records, and proof your ancestor was a legit citizen.
Tired of work emails and dreaming of wine tastings and siestas? Retirement visas in Europe are a thing, and some are surprisingly easy to get. You don't even need to be 65 plus to get one. You'll usually need proof of passive income or a pension, health insurance, and to spend at least 6 months a year in the country.
The most easiest is probably Portugal, the superstar of affordable retirement. The D7 visa only asks for 820 euros a month in passive income such as pension, rental income or support dividend. And the minimum age, believe it or not, 18 years. Off to the sun, seafood and a low cost of living, right? Well, Spain is a bit the same. It doesn't have a retirement visa. Instead, it offers a non-lucrative visa, which is eligible for anybody over 18 years and has a passive income source of 2,400 a month. More than Portugal, but it comes with tapas and world-class healthcare.
Fancy retiring in Tuscany? Italy offers the elective residency visa. If you can show you have a passive income or pension of 2,596.50 cents a month, or about 31,159 euros a year, you'll set for La Dolce Vita. As for Greece, with its financially independent person visa, you need a passive income of 2,000 euros a month. In return, you get islands, olives and endless ancient ruins to admire while pretending to understand history. The long-stay visa in France requires an income of 1,709 euros and 28 cents a month. So they know you can retire comfortably among croissants, culture and more bureaucracy than you ever imagined. Cyprus is aiming for the older and perhaps wiser. The category F visa allows people 50 years old or older to enjoy the low-key, sunny and tax-friendly island if they have 800 euros in income per month.
Another island life option is Malta. If you are 55 or older, the retirement visa is an option. However, there are a bit more requirements than just your income. While there isn't a minimum monthly income requirement, 75% of your income must be from pension. In addition, your total pension earnings must be brought to Malta and will be subject to taxation. In addition, you will have to sign a 1-year rental contract worth at least $9,600 per year or purchase real estate worth at least $275,000. A lot of requirements to meet, but Mediterranean views are included. If the Mediterranean isn't your thing, Latvia offers fast processing retirement visas for retirees 65 and older. For just €900 per month, you can start settling in. The low cost of living, friendly people and beautiful summers make it an attractive option.
Got some cash burning a hole in your pocket and want to fast-track your EU residency? Enter the Golden Visa. This investment-based residency lets you move in by, well, investing. Several European countries offer them and the entry price ranges from a reasonable to I hope you really love property.
Latvia wins the budget-friendly visa award. As of 2025, you can secure residency by investing just €50,000 in company capitalization. Total costs start around €80,000 and the whole thing wraps up in a breezy 2 to 3 months.
Greece offers residency with a €250,000 real estate investment. The bonus is known for fast approvals, endless feta and incredible sunsets. Portugal isn't the cheapest, but it's still a fan favorite for its flexibility. You can invest €250,000 in arts, culture or heritage projects.
Hungary joined the club with a €250,000 investment route into real estate funds, making it fresh but serious contender for investors who prefer a diversified portfolio over buying a villa. Cyprus keeps things sunny with a program starting at €300,000, primarily tied to property investment. Not the cheapest, but hey, you get the beach, EU access and a killer halloumi. Just be ready to invest smart and maybe fall in love with the country along the way.
So, whether you're a coder, painter, a startup founder or just someone with a really cool family tree, there's probably a European visa out there with your name on it. From the blue card to digital nomad visas, startup paths and even chill retirement routes, Europe is more accessible than you think.
If you found this helpful, give it a like, hit subscribe and drop a comment below letting us know which visa you're eyeing or which European city you're dreaming about moving to. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye!